they might be what I'll call future buyers. They might be buying as much or more for next year and the year after than they are the rest of 2023. Not really pure sellers, because I don't think that's possible. I don't think there's any scenario. The Mariners could lose their next 30 games in a row. Knock on wood. They could lose 30 in a row, and they're not going to be pure sellers, because Jerry DiPoto sees the trade deadline the same way I do. I think he does. I think the proof is in how they've tried to go about things, which is, hey, if you take a pass on the trade deadline just because you're rebuilding or you're a disappointing non-contender, you're basically passing on players that are probably going to get traded somewhere else and then not be available in the winter. You have two times during the entire calendar year to acquire players: the winter and the trade deadline, because teams don't trade in April, May, June. And then basically once camp opens up, there aren't a lot of significant trades. It hardly ever happens. Occasionally, we had some weird stuff with COVID. We had some weird stuff with the CBA negotiation, with the lockout. But generally speaking, it happens in July, or it happens over the winter, December, January. That's it. So if you pass on July just because, well, our team's not really in it, then a player or two that you could really use that can really help you is going to get traded somewhere else and therefore not be available to you over the winter. It's really difficult to come by good impact players. You're missing out. You pass on a chance to get a player that no longer will be available to you. It doesn't make any sense. And that's the way Jerry DiPoto and Justin Hollander think. It's still, no matter what your situation is, an opportunity to get better. Those player acquisition cycles, there's only two times. Two. If you pass on half of them, what are you doing? Are you really trying that hard? Is that really the best way to go about things? So contender or not, and everywhere in between, I see the Mariners looking for buying opportunities.